So I'm Dave Beiser. I'm from the University of Chicago. I'm an assistant professor of medicine and I work as an emergency physician. So each year the University of Chicago Middle School performs a community service project. And this year we are teaching the kids about cardiac arrest, about the importance of CPR, and also about automatic external defibrillators, or AEDs.
All these machines are basically a big battery that is connected by two pads. These are actually very simple to use. And these pads basically have little pictures on them, letting you know where to place them. Now, the reason we put these two pads on there delivers an electrical current. And putting these pads on here actually puts that shot in a certain direction where it's going to hit the heart exactly.
So today we're planning on having a speaker. She's a graduate student in veterinary medicine, and 2 years ago she actually had a cardiac arrest while playing college level basketball. She survived that cardiac arrest because of the quick action of her trainer, who knew, of course, CPR, and there was an AED on site. She was successfully defibrillated, taken to the hospital, and survives and still plays basketball.
So if you have somebody that ever collapses, an AED will not harm them. I was shocked twice by the AED. If you guys can just become aware of where they are, even if an adult starts seeing that somebody collapses, you can say, oh, I remember AEDs. There's one right around the corner. And you can help save someone's life.
So I think the kids will get a lot out of this day. Part of it is I want them to learn CPR and learn that even a fifth grader or a middle school student could save a life. In an emergency like a cardiac arrest, many people hope that somebody else takes one step forwards. Hopefully, after getting some CPR training, these kids will be empowered to take one step forward and actually do hands-only CPR and potentially save somebody's life. So automatic external defibrillators can save a life of somebody who's had a cardiac arrest, but only if they're used. So over the last decade, a lot of AEDs have been purchased and placed in the community, but nobody really knows where they are. So many of these AEDs just sit on the wall and nobody knows where to find them in the case of an emergency. Right now there's a national effort going on to find the AEDs and put them into a national database that can then be potentially accessed by mobile smartphone applications. And so we thought, well, why don't we participate in this effort by essentially crowdsourcing the mapping to a bunch of middle school students. So we're going to send the kids out into the community to find the AEDs and have them place their locations on a map.
I like to see hearts. That's good.
So lab school is right up here, all right?
I want them to understand what resources are in the community regarding schools, dentists, fitness centers, while focusing on this quest to find these AEDs. It's a nice exploration of the community. They will also perform a survey: who has an AED, who does not have an AED, and whether or not they would like to learn CPR or have an AED at their location.
Thank you very much. We learned that the school definitely does not have an AED, but we gave them some information about AEDs so that in the future they will be more equipped and ready if there is a problem.
This type of project can potentially lead to change. We invited the Alderman's office to come and watch the data presentation. I think that's important for the kids to see that data can potentially change policy. Ultimately, it's up to them to act. Even a fifth grader could save a life.
We learned a lot about CPR and AEDs.
AEDs are important.
An AED is something that if you collapse and your heart stops, it can start your heart up again and possibly save your life until an ambulance comes.
I learned basically what the defibrillator things did. I knew they gave you a shot, but I didn't know how to apply them or anything like that. It was kind of shocking how many places didn't have them though.
I think the day was fun.
I think it went awesome. We found lots of AEDs.
It was fun. It was a little more fun than I expected. It's important that people have something in case they're in an emergency, and it's community service.
I think the community benefits because if someone was to have a cardiac arrest or a heart attack, they would actually know where to get these AED things.
Not only adults can save a life, but anyone can save a life. If anything happens, you shouldn't be afraid to save someone's life.